when it comes to people disrespecting us and disrespecting our leaders. Check out Corey Holcomb, who just blasted DJ Vlad.
It was brought to my attention this weekend that Vlad from Vlad TV misquoted the minister. Now this stuff, first of all, let me say this. From what I understand from a source that I call reliable, Vlad don't like the fact that the minister wouldn't go on his show.
Really?
Now, I'm gonna tell you something about this Vlad shit. I might have said this before.
Yeah.
I don't got nothing against Vlad, and I don't know Vlad. Well, I ain't gonna say I ain't got nothing against him. Now that I seen he, from what I feel, intentionally misquoted the minister and a couple other things that happened. Vlad tried to get me to go on his show. I didn't know who the fuck he was. So when my people was like, yo, they want you to come do this show, woo, woo, woo. I mean, I'm just not like the regular nigga. I was like, well, who the fuck show is it? And they like, oh, it's this dude. I'm like, is it major industry production? They like, no, it's in a fucking little ass spot in Van Nuys. I'm like, so his shit like mine, right?
No, that was the wrong question.
No, let me get this one out, Bobby. So I said, I got in touch with Vlad. And I'm like, well, shit, come do my show, I'll do yours. He ain't want to do my show. So you know what the fuck that mean. I ain't finna do yours.
Right.
So now I find out that he tried to get one of our elites, the minister, Farrakhan, to do his show, and Farrakhan didn't do the show. And he felt some kind of way about that. So he has, and somebody sent me this video where they backing up everything they said. Vlad misquoted the minister. And I feel like he did it intentionally because Vlad gets in his feelings when you get to talking about his people. And I want to say this in case Vlad is watching. Yo people are the dirtbag Hollywood running motherfuckers. I'm talking about find out who run Hollywood, because you was asking questions about Nick Cannon. Oh, Nick Cannon's my friend, so I'll talk to him before I say something about it. Then you said something about Nick Cannon in another episode. But I'm saying this. Nick Cannon apologized about what he said because dirtbags run Hollywood and they will blackball your career if you don't do what they want you to do and say what they want you to say. I want you to know that, Vlad. Don't try to make excuses for who the fuck the people you try to act like angels are. They dirtbag motherfuckers. So don't run that shit on them motherfuckers. Snoop Dogg apologized because the dirtbag motherfuckers that run Hollywood, your people, will make it where he can't get that money no more unless he go on there and apologize. So when you're ready to talk about some real shit, holla at me, because this Vlad shit really is played out. I watched the video from this West Coast rapper I grew up listening to, Daz Dillinger. Daz Dillinger said, we need to start taxing these motherfuckers to go on their show. Vlad has millions of dollars off niggas. If you go on Vlad's show, you need to get a percentage of that motherfucking video you doing. All you got is your likelihood right now. Hollywood is shut the fuck down. You go on this motherfucker show, you tell this motherfucker we gonna do the paperwork where I get a percentage of what is made off this video, or you gonna pay me to go on your show. He done made enough free money off niggas. Why is everybody going on this show? And this motherfucker got bad intentions by motherfuckers who stand on real shit. Now he'll yuck and smile with you from what I see, but yo man, don't be misquoting my motherfucking people, man. I ain't never met Minister Farrakhan personally, but the man is part of my growth. He one of the first people I ever heard say some real shit that made me realize I'm not alone in this world. You know what I'm saying? So when I find out this motherfucker going around misquoting the minister, I'm like, oh, fuck this nigga. It's hands off. You see what I'm saying? So if you go on Vlad's show for free, you ain't doing nothing but making this motherfucker rich. And if you ain't coming on other people's shows doing they shit for free, or you acting funny with niggas with shows, you fucking up. That shit Dad said is for real. Motherfucker, tax this motherfucker. We can't just be going on Vlad for free, man. The fuck?
The most important part of what you said, Corey, is that part. We should have been doing that from the start of this shit, because it's about monetizing numbers. The tribute to you was he asked you to come on the show, because by the time he asked you, he done probably already had 200 million views from all of the interesting, that's what his stock and trade was, the interesting blacks, the ones who, you know, the hood knew about. Okay, you look at all the people he done interviewed, man.
He interviewed people like he's some motherfucking megastar. He just a motherfucker. We are mentally fucked because we all made this motherfucker. He ain't got no major. Look, if you go on the Tonight Show, if you go on some shit that's major media for free, we know why you did it. Mm-hmm. Y'all made Vlad major media by going on his show for nothing, and he getting the money from all the videos. What are you getting? You're not getting nothing. What the fuck is you going on this show for?
That's the takeaway.
I would go on his show if we signed some shit where, okay, this video we doing, this our video. Now, I was in Atlanta. I did the homies Ronnie them video.
Okay.
That's love. I hope they get rich off the video because the shit went viral because I said something about some McDonald's nigga. You know how I act silly and shit. But them my peoples.
Yeah.
We supposed to look out for each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But why the fuck is this motherfucker treated like he a don amongst niggas? What work? Maybe it's some work he done put in, I don't know. Is this a killer or something? Where if you don't go on this show, he get at you or something? I don't know.
No.
Why the fuck is everybody doing this motherfucking show? And if you say some real shit like Nick Cannon said, that shit Nick Cannon said was on point 100. So what the fuck you gonna talk to him later for? Motherfucker, yo people fucked this game up for us. We can't get down in Hollywood. Our elites are not in Hollywood because they don't want our elites. They want the niggas that's willing to buck.
There you go. There you go.
What? Reply back to me, nigga, if you got that in you.
Whew. Well, do you know what? There's not really too much more to be added to that. There's not much more that I can say. However, let me go ahead and validate some of the things that Brother Corey Holcomb said. Now, again, some of you may not like his choice of words. Some of you may feel slightly offended by the profanity or how he said what he said. However, he did not lie. Corey Holcomb did not lie about anything he said about not only DJ Vlad, but about those who run Hollywood, about those who are in positions of power, who feel that they can come in and take advantage of us and our people because we let them. He did not lie about that. But let me go ahead and validate some of these points so we can understand just exactly why it is that when you have your leadership within your community, why you should never allow anyone to disrespect it. Your leadership is a reflection of you. It is a reflection. He and or she are a reflection of your community, your society, how you think, how you operate, how you move. They are a reflection of the best qualities, a reflection of the direction that we are going in. Minister Farrakhan is the leader. Now, you don't have to agree with everything that Minister Farrakhan says. Corey Holcomb doesn't. A lot of people who love the minister who are not in the Nation of Islam, a lot of them don't agree with everything he says, but they do agree that he speaks the truth. They agree that he doesn't lie. They agree that he speaks for the upliftment and the freedom, justice, and equality and liberation of black people, and really the freedom, justice, and equality of all people. However, black people first. They agree. They know that to be true, and so they can't deny that. However, Mr. Vladislav, you are a Ukrainian Caucasian male from Russia who moved to America when you were 4 years old. You have made, as of January 17th of 2020, upwards of $10 million on overwhelmingly black people being interviewed on your YouTube channel alone. This is not any of the other money coming from any of the other things that you do, but just simply on and from your Vlad TV's YouTube page. And again, the overwhelming number of interviews happen to be with black artists, black producers, black rappers, black singers, black anything. So those of you who have been interviewed by Mr. Vladislav, we're not pointing fingers at you because you're not the one who made the statements that he said and the statements that he made where he intentionally lied. And the reason why Vlad, so everyone can know, why did Vlad lie on Minister Farrakhan? Why did he take his words out of context? The words of Minister Farrakhan said that whenever you see a Jewish person pick up a stone, he was not saying physically. He was saying, he later on said, pick up the stone of truth and hurl truth at falsehood wherever you see it. He says that to us, period. Wherever falsehood is being uttered, we hurl truth at falsehood until we knock out its brains. Whether if you're white and you're speaking lies, black and you're speaking lies, Mexican, Indian, it does not matter. We must speak the truth wherever it needs to be spoken. However, Mr. Vlad, he lied on Minister Farrakhan, and he was angry with Minister Farrakhan because he reached out to Minister Farrakhan's team to have the minister on his show, and Minister Farrakhan declined. Now, of course, he didn't speak to the minister himself to hear the decline, but he was declined. So because the minister turned down an interview on Vlad TV, he got mad and irritated, and he tried to lie, or did lie, and take it out on the minister. Let's make this very clear. You, Mr. Vlad, and I'm saying this to you, which is again why I'm so thankful that I was never on your show. Not a shot at anyone who has been on his show. All of you went on the show for whatever reason you felt, for your album or your views or your business, whatever it was. Beautiful. So I'm not talking negatively about anyone who has been on his show. However, me personally, I'm so glad that I was never on your show, because I would more than likely tell you to take the damn video down after you did what you did. But you lie on Minister Farrakhan because he turned down an interview with you. Who are you? See, this is what happens when we make white people feel as though they have some authority over us. Just because you get to sniff cocaine with black rappers, smoke weed with some black artists and rappers, drink alcohol and have sex with black women and do all these things and travel and go to concerts and all this stuff, it does not make you a black man. And you have to understand this. We are not the people who go out and disrespect the leadership of white people just to do that. No. In response, we will respond to the negative things that you will say and do. If you are Caucasian or whatever people, we'll respond, but we don't go out disrespecting the leadership of anyone. That's not what we do. But you did that because you feel entitled, as if, how dare Minister Farrakhan deny an interview with me? I am DJ Vlad. No. You are not qualified. You are not qualified to interview the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I'm saying that personally. That's from me. That's from Brother Rizzalsam. Other people may agree with what I just said. Some may not agree. I'm not caring about what they agree with. You don't qualify to interview the leader that we have. Call it arrogance, call it whatever you want. But he may have decided to be interviewed by you. But in response to how you were denied an interview, you don't know the reasoning. But in response, look how childish you are. You lie on a man who is a true leader. This is not rap we're talking about. He's not an actor. He's not an entertainer. That's not him. So you don't deal with our leaders the way you deal with some cheap artists. And I'm not calling those of you a cheap artist. I'm saying, let us be very mindful here. Let's know our place, Vlad. That's not how we operate. I wouldn't mistreat someone of another community simply because they deny doing a video with me or an interview with me or deny a collaboration with me. I'm not going to disrespect you. That's not how you treat others the way you want to be treated. That's not maturity. That's not principles of fair dealing. So you have demonstrated that if you will disrespect the leadership of our people, then you don't give a damn about any other level of our people, rappers, dancers, entertainers, people who are basketball players and athletes. You don't give a damn about them because you are and have been a leech. Vlad, $10 million you have made off of us. This is why, as Brother Corey Holcomb said, yes, you should be taxed. There should be some money for every interview that you do. Every person who in a black community who does an interview with Vlad TV should request a payment, be paid to be on his platform because he's making money off of you. But let me end this point by saying you have been a leech, Mr. Vladislav. You have been a leech. And in our teaching, I said specifically, you have been a blood sucker of the poor, almost literally. Vlad, short for Vladislav, or comes from Vlad Dracula, Vlad the Impaler in Europe. And Vlad Dracula, short Dracula, where Count Dracula is a story of the king of the dead, the king of vampires, etc. That's what you've been. You've been just like Dracula, Mr. Vlad. And we're not taking this anymore. So anyone in the future who decides to go onto his show and be interviewed by him, watch him. We can't tell you to be interviewed by him or not, but we will tell you that you will not disrespect our leadership anymore. You have not apologized, but you will. You have not apologized, but you will. And anyone who has been interviewed by Vlad, I recommend and encourage you to reach out to him and encourage him to do what is right. Sadly, you shouldn't have to do that. But anyone who is a black artist on top of that, don't listen to these people who refer to themselves as Jewish. Don't listen to everything that they say to you about our leadership, about us as a people. I'm not going to take a word from somebody who's not a part of my community about people within my community and just take it on face value. I'm going to stop you right there and say, okay, well, let me go check to see if she said that. Let me go check to see if he said that before I just listen to what you say about my brother, about my sister, about my leader. See, we have to get back to being on code. And the beauty is it is happening. Don't take the word of anyone outside of our community about anyone within our community and just run with it. Verify, investigate, clarify, and then check everyone behind closed doors, but do not allow this enemy to manipulate us anymore. I pray you heed this